The Nintendo Switch is about to become 7 years old on the 3rd of March. Or maybe it already did, depending on when I upload this. And it became the third best-selling console of all time, with a whopping 139 plus million sales at the time I'm writing this. And this success can be attributed to two factors. Being a portable, and saying Nintendo's history with handhelds, it was obviously going to do well. Alongside one of the best first-party support I have ever seen, with system sellers getting pumped out one after another, making it a whole lot more appealing than the fucking wasteland on the other side. This, in my opinion, is Nintendo's best success. But let's be real, this thing is getting old. As I said before, it's becoming 7, which is usually the end of a console lifespan, and this thing definitely needs an upgrade. I mean, the Switch is pretty much just a repackaged Wii U, which is pretty much just a repackaged Xbox 360. The 360 was released in 2005, this shit is running on hardware older than me. At the current time, we have no official confirmation of what the successor looks like, its power, or even its release date. And with no concrete info about this thing, speculation has been going wild. You try to have a nice evening on the internet, 2 minutes in, you are bombarded with terrible photoshops. So, instead of playing all the games that are picking up dust in my Steam library, I thought it'd be nice if I threw in my own predictions, try to make it the best console it can be. To be fair, this is more of a wish list than actual prediction stuff I'd like to see. If you have any interesting ideas, share them down below and I'll make sure to read them. And with that being said, let's trade the successor to the Nintendo Switch. I won't be going over what I think the console will look like too much because quite frankly, any nerd with more than 5 minutes of experience with Photoshop can whip one up in an afternoon. I'll be talking more about the features and also the specs, but not too much because I would like to keep a decent retention rate. Okay, let's start. So, first off, let's get the big one out the way. The power of the machine. Now, this is a heavily debated topic, and I think it should have the same power as a PS4. And I can already see the average Twitter user being like, why the hell would you want the Switch 2 to be the same power as a PS4? That shit is a decade old! You are so stupid, you fucking... yeah, let me put this straight. The Switch didn't outsell the PS5 and Xbox Series X because of its graphical power. It didn't win this generation's console war because it was a true evolutionary step. It won because it actually had video games. Oh! Yeah, I know, that's crazy! Most of the people who buy Nintendo platforms buy them for the exclusives or because they need a portable. So the power of the device doesn't really matter in the end because as long as Nintendo just keeps pumping out high quality games, quotation mark on high quality, it will sell just fine. And besides, most of the people that I know that own a Switch also own another more powerful device to play their games on. So who fucking gives a shit? We'll go with PS4 power. At the most, PS4 Pro. Anything above is just overkill. Next up, let's go over the screen. I'd say they should go for the same resolution as the Steam Deck. And the reason why I think they should go for this and not 1080 or higher is because it's completely useless. Most games won't really be able to display at a full 1080 because of a lack of a proper cooling system compared to home console. Not that the PS4 was quiet, but whatever! This means that A, they're gonna struggle to run at a smooth 60 frames even if the hardware is comparable. And B, if I do run at 1080, the amount of heat coming from the device will make it fucking explode. And the games that can run it at 1080 60 FPS, holy shit, speedrunners look so much better now! Oh, and also, having such a high resolution is going to tear through battery life, so yeah, no, 1280 times 800 is good enough. 60Hz refresh rate, I guess you could go for 90, but once again, If games only run at 59 frames instead of 60 on this thing, I don't think anyone will be pissed. 7 inches, I think it's a good size. It helps keep the thing portable, and also I want to keep it around the same size as the old one for a reason I'll go in depth a bit later. Now there are numerous debates about whether it should be LCD or OLED, and I think it should be OLED. Now of course that might come from the fact that I'm a dumbass, but ask anyone who ever had a Switch or Steam Deck and jumped to the OLED model and they'll all tell you that it's a massive upgrade in screen quality and you truly cannot switch back. Get it? Because we're talking about the successor to the Switch.
Shut the fuck up.
It will probably raise the price by a little bit, but I think it's totally worth it. Also, increase the storage space to 256GB. If these companies want us to move to all digital, they need to give us enough space to do it. In docked mode, I think it should display in 4K. No reason, just feel like having the option would be nice. But let's stop talking about the console and focus on what you used to play them with. The controllers. My god, these things are dog shit. I'll start with the Joy-Cons. The main problem I have with them isn't really that they're too small, I think they're an okay size, but it's mostly just that they're too uncomfortable to hold. The first thing I'd do is give it some grips on the back like on the Wii U gamepad. Also, I'd make them a bit wider and maybe try to move the D-pad and right stick to the middle so it fits a more traditional layout. Also, improve the quality of the buttons and stick. They feel so damn cheap, and give us a magnetic D-pad like the Xbox Elite controller or something. I hate having to play with this. And of course, the Joy-Con drift. Come on guys, it's been 7 years and you still haven't solved it. This is not acceptable anymore. As for the Pro controller, man, I love this thing. Its design is super comfortable and all the buttons have a nice soft feeling to them. The only real complaint I have with this thing is that I think the Xbox controller has a better build quality, but with how much junk there is in this thing, it's hard to complain. Except for the D-pad. Come on Nintendo, please fix it. Playing Tetris on this thing makes me sad. Now, if they do all of this, it would be nice. But what I think would make the Switch U even better would be... Most people don't care about backward compatibility. It's mostly just a nice selling point on the back of the box. But in the case of the Switch's successor, it would be amazing. With that, not only do you attract old users as they can still play their old games on this shiny new device, but you also lure in new ones as the Switch 2 will already have a beefy library of hundreds of exclusives. And also, since we're trying to keep the Switch 2 to a similar size, you can plug in your old Joy-Cons and all the old controllers should work. I was also gonna include the ability to play your DS and 3DS games on it, but when thinking about it, it's pretty clunky because that would require new cartridges to be the same size as the DS ones, but then you'd have to make a card slot just for the OG Switch games or make a card slot just for the 3DS and DS games. If we could get it, it would be nice, but honestly, I don't expect too much. Whenever I look back at the Wii U and Wii menus, I feel alive. Whenever I look at the Switch's menu, it feels like I'm sitting next to a VCR. Wait a damn minute, this ain't a VCR! This was just an Xbox One! I mean, this menu works, but man, it's so boring! I mean, look back at the Wii U menu. This thing had so much personality with the simple music, the rounded icons, and the Wara Wara Plaza. The Switch feels like I'm using fucking Hulu. Now, there have been loads of concept art making it look more like the Wii U's menu, giving it a look similar to the Xbox and PlayStation, but I won't be making one because once again, any idiot who has more than 3 minutes of experience with Photoshop can make one in 30 minutes. However, I do have one proposal if Nintendo plans on keeping it similar to this one. Remember these? I think it'd be cool if they added themes you could buy for your Platinum points or for a small fee like on the 3DS. At least it will give Platinum points a decent use. And if you truly plan on not doing anything, at least change the NSO logo so it looks more in line with all the other icons. Moving on, let's talk about Nintendo's game releases for their new console. Alright, if there's an in this room that gives a shit, please raise your hand.
Dude, we can't even raise our hands. We are Minecraft characters.
Yeah, I won't be going over it, but what I can go over are the game boxes. Why are they like this? I mean, don't get me wrong, I like them a lot. They don't feel overly fragile like the PS5's or Series X's cases, and the transparent plastic is also neat, allowing us to get those cool reversible covers, but like, why are they so big? Those cases are way too damn big for the tiny ass cartridges they are storing. I guess they do this so that they look better on store shelves. But man, we already have enough problems with the environment. I don't think game boxes looking good should be our priority right now. And one final request. With the closure of WiiWare, DSiWare and the 3DS and Wii U eShops, a lot of content on these platforms is completely gone. And because Nintendo is so against piracy, maybe make it available on newer platforms? I don't know, I just want all of this online content to not be lost forever and be preserved. Speaking of online...
More games. More features.
Are you fucking kidding me?
More fun.
Oh boy, where do I start with this? You know, Nintendo's online services have never been...
No. Wait.
Good. So when we heard that we're gonna start making us pay for it, while there were some people worried, there was also a lot of hope that maybe, just maybe, Nintendo would improve their online services.
We have been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok, and flat out deceived.
Okay, so first off, there is still no dedicated menu for social activities on the Switch, and you have to go through your profile. Okay, already pretty annoying. With the fact that there are no dedicated menus, there are also no group chats.
I'm over here stroking my dick.
Meaning you can't just directly invite or join someone in a game directly via the menu, you have to do it in-game. Pretty frustrating, I must say. But worst of all, with no group functionality, how do you voice chat? With a fucking phone app! What? Why the hell in 2024 can I not just talk directly to my friends on my console? What type of drug did you consume when you got this idea? But worst of all, to add friends, Nintendo still forces you to use friend codes. What the fuck, Nintendo? Xbox has a search function, PlayStation has a search function, Steam has a search function, even Epic Games. Epic Games is fucking garbage, and even Epic Games has a search function. You are the only company that does this. What? Alright, let's move on to the old library of games, and I think we found the definition for disappointment. Hey, I'm Nintendo, and let's make this next play only our NES games for the third time in a row and have to wait 5 years for something else. What, do you think this is funny? Do you think we're all sitting in front of our computers laughing at your dumbass business decisions? Oh, and that's perfect timing to complain about the expansion pack. DLC 4 years old games? Yeah, that'd be nice. If I hadn't already bought them! GBA games? It's the fucking GBA. You could run those games on the damn Counter-Strike bombs. Why is it locked behind the more expensive option? N64? Alright, fine, fair enough. They are still kinda hard to emulate. And Why are there Mega Drive games? This is the Nintendo Switch Online, not third-party All-Stars Online, damn it! The exclusive software. Okay, fine, those are actually pretty cool. And online play. Dear God. Those are the sloppiest, slowest, and buggiest online servers I have ever seen in my whole life. And do you want to know the funniest thing about all of this is? There are no servers! It uses a P2P connection! What are you paying for that? The number of times I have seen this screen while playing is genuinely what keeps me up at night. I make nightmares about this shit. Oh, but Skyro, if you don't like it, just unsubscribe. I can't. I play Splatoon. I need online, so I have to keep paying. I've been paying for more than 5 years now. I can't take this shit anymore, dude. This fucking worthless, stupid, garbage online service makes me want to... Look, as time passes, it becomes harder and harder to complain about NSO. The quality of the service has improved by a lot, with a very large old game library and a much more consumer-friendly experience for only 20 euros, only 1/3 of the other guys. But if I had nothing to complain about, I would not have had to write the last 483 words, so let's try to improve it. Number 1. Cloud saving. Why is this locked behind subscription? Look, I get it, storing data is expensive, but these days a lot of companies offer you a couple of free gigabytes of storage before they make you pay for it. And besides, Switch cell phones are fucking minuscule, so maybe make it so you get like 5 gigabytes of free space and then you have to start paying for NSO to get more storage. I don't know, I just really don't understand why this is locked behind the subscription. Number 2. Extra incentives. Some of the extra incentives are fine, like the exclusive software or the replicas of old controllers. I swear, I will one day get my hands on that damn SNES controller. But some of these are stupid, like extra cosmetics for Splatoon 2. What? That's a terrible incentive, especially because most Splatoon players are gonna pay for online anyway because, you know, they play Splatoon. It's up to Nintendo to give us more incentives, but I can give an idea for the expansion pack. Instead of forcing us to play with free pick DLC, how about you let people choose a DLC from a first party title every 3 months or so? That'd be a cool addition. And I would have recommended they give games away like PSN or Xbox Live. But they get a heart attack from hearing Nintendo Select. You think they want to give this shit away for free? Number 3. Legacy content. Legacy content has improved a lot over the years, but there are still many problems to be addressed. So first off, remove Mega Drive games. I mean, yeah, sure, having the privilege to play Comic Zone is cool and all, but Sega always makes their games available on Nintendo platforms via numerous compilations. Hell, there's already one for only $30. And if you ask me, I feel like the licensing agreement between Nintendo and Sega is one of the main reasons why the expansion pack is so overpriced. Now see, the main problem people have with the release strategy Nintendo has with legacy games is most definitely the fact that these are locked behind the subscription service. meaning that once they're gone, and we won't be able to play them again. And look, I get it, but at the same time, it got me to try a lot more classic games, so I kinda like this formula. Alongside that, it's much harder for third parties to put out their games, and usually have to resort to collections, which can be a little annoying for the consumer. Well, I have a solution for this problem, and with it, I propose the reintroduction of the Virtual Console. An app that is either preloaded or can be downloaded for free and that acts as a sort of emulation of, like RetroArch. On it, you will be able to play the games included in your NSO subscription. But if you just want to ensure it's yours, you can buy it for a small fee and it's yours forever. In addition to that, you could allow third parties to put out their own game outside the subscription service or even their own consoles. By giving both options to the consumer, whether it's subscription service or just buying the games, it makes it into a much more consumer-friendly experience. And this, to me, is one of the best solutions to the problem. Oh, and also add GameCube games. And finally, number 4. Buy some damn servers. You are worth $66 billion. This is your first console with online, 4th if you count the LAN adapter for the GameCube, and you are making us pay for it. This is no longer acceptable, you Well, looks like that's everything I had to say. Do I think Nintendo is gonna do any of this?
Fuck no, baby!
But I at least know that no matter what, this should be a successful console and we'll still get quality games from them. Yeah man, that's cool and all, but like, you haven't shown us a design for the system. Alright my boy, you're dying today.